Kia ora everybody, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today I have a video that the idea I totally pinched from somebody else. The wonderful Jess from Colouring Bumblebee, my gosh, this is a good start, put up a video recently of some colouring books that they would like to complete eventually. Thinking about next year, setting out focus books, things like that. And it was a really wonderful video to sit through, and it got me kind of thinking about, what books would I want to focus on? What books would I want to finish? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this video too because it was fun. I enjoyed it. And I figured, why not share it and do it? So I will link Jess's video down below. Please go and check out Jess's channel. Just such a sweetheart, and definitely all credit for this idea goes there. I'm sure others have done this before too, but Jess's video is the one that was like, oh yeah, I should do that. So yeah, let's move this pile off and start going through these books. So I have 10 books. I felt like 10 was the perfect number. I probably could have chosen more, let's be honest. I'd be happy to complete any book in my collection. I completed my first ever book this year, so I'm hoping to complete some more this year, but if not, these are the ones that if I had to whittle down my collection, these are the ones that I would want to focus on to finish first. So the first one that we will pull out also relates to what I just said. It's this wonderful, very chunky clear file. And that is because this is Any Day by Morgan O'Brien. I love Any Day. Matchstick Mouse, very cute. Can get behind it. But Any Day, just something about Any Day just has my heart. And the very first Any Day is actually my first ever completed book. So I still have to film a complete flip through for YouTube of this, which I will do eventually. I'm trying to record videos, so we will get there. But yeah, I have completed the entirety of the first book, which is wonderful. So what I would like to do now is move on to the next Any Day. So I've only done one in the autumn Any Day, which is this very first page here. But I would like to carry on. It's actually a perfect one for this month in Halloween. And I have a set pattern and a set colour scheme and a set way that I do these pages. It keeps it very cohesive, which is what I want to do. So Annie is cohesive across all the books. And so I do want to carry on with that. But yeah, I really do love Any Day. And to throw on with that too, I would also like to complete Any Day Winter as well, which again I have done one in. So yeah, I kind of view this, even though there's 3 books in this folder, I would like to complete this whole folder essentially, which is quite a lot because it is, 3 books, but it's doable and it's enjoyable and I love Any Day. And I'm really hoping Morgan comes out with more Any Day because I will grab all the Any Days. I don't have all the Matchstick Mouses, but I will grab all the Any Day books because I love them. So yeah, that is my first one, Any Day by Morgan O'Brien. The next one I have is Colouring Heaven's Fledgling Fairies Special. This has designs by Christine Karen, which is an absolutely gorgeous issue. It's getting quite worn. It's definitely had some love put on it because as you can see by these little tabs here, these 4 tabs, I have exactly 4 pages left in this magazine. So it's very possible that I could complete this in 2025, but the reason why this is on my to complete eventually list, it is so darn close. So I want to get this finished. I'm just going to zoom you out ever so slightly. Sorry, I have to manually move the camera to do that. Close enough. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun in this issue. Now, when this issue came out, I took it with me on a trip across the country to stay with a friend. Was there on holiday, coloured a couple of them while I was on holiday, was heading back, unfortunately crashed a car. Nobody was hurt, including myself. I walked away with bruises. The car was a complete write-off though. But I was understandably shaken up from it. And I got stuck in that destination that I had been at for the next 2.5 weeks until I could travel back. So this became my go-to colouring book. I coloured so much in this book because I was feeling anxious and I just needed to colour. So it was wonderful. It's a very special book for me in that sense. It was definitely my comfort go-to during that time. But it was also just such sweet little images that I absolutely loved it. So, yeah. And I do have Christine Caron's first artist quality book. I would love to get her other ones. But I haven't coloured much in it because I wanted to focus on finishing this one first. So once this one's finished, I'm going to feel like I can go into Wildflower Folk and just go nuts in there as well, because I do love her portraits. This one had a bit of a paint pen accident, but we make it work. We made it work. My least favourite in the book. I was experimenting and trying some stuff. It did not work. Sometimes it's okay. You know, sometimes these things happen. I tried something, it didn't work. That's okay. This one is also where I had some issues with this particular brand of glitter glue. I don't use it anymore. There's a couple in the book that have that issue. And you can see where it bled through. So this is one of the pages that I've got left to do. Odette. And then Moonchild Faye. You'll see that they're all very similar style pages that I've got left to do. Grace Fairy. This one's, again, not my favourite, but I was just practicing with paints and seeing how I could go with paints. And I was very pleased with what I did at the time. Now I could do a lot better, but hey. Again, this is an old book. This is from 2022, I believe. And yeah, the fourth one is The Magic Flute, which that could be Dunkite or Tuminal, so that could be a good one to do this month. Troll Girl is one that I finished semi-recently. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this one. And it's really cool to have such a filled colouring book. Pink. It's so pink, that one. That one was fun playing with the two different, so it's red on this side and yellow on this side. Lots of fun colour in that one. I feel like that one's an old video on the channel, possibly. That was me trying out oil pastels for the first time. There's a pencil shaving in there. Yeah, wasn't a huge fan, but it worked. So I did seal it with Mod Podge Extreme glitter though. I love using glitter on it too, as you can see. And then practicing around with watercolour for that one, only using watercolour. Again, very pleased with what I managed to achieve because lots of skills being learnt there. This is another one where I was dealing with the cruddy glitter glue, but she still turned out cute in the end. And then I won't flip the page because there's actually, when I crashed a car, again, this is all I had on me. So this has got like police information on the back page. So it really is a bit of a testament to that time. But yeah, it's on my to complete eventually list because it is so close to being completed. It has 4 more pages. So I would love, love, love to get that finished. And then speaking of close to being finished, if you've been around in the channel for any form of time, you will be aware Mythamorphia. I had a goal in 2023 to finish this book, and I went hard in 2023 in the book until I burnt myself out. 2024, I kind of took quite a bit of a break from it. I think I did maybe 1 or 2 pages. Have I done a page this year? I'd have to look back in my journal. I don't know. I got very burnt out on it because I think it was like 50 or 60 pages in this book in that year. So yeah, I got very burnt out. As you can see, my book is completely falling apart. I've talked about this one a few times, so you may have seen this one already. If that's the case, feel free to flick on. But if not, welcome to my Mythamorphia. So we have the front cover page, which this image is repeated. I've still got to do the second version of that. I have this one here, which I have no idea what I'm doing here, but I'll figure that one out. And we have the introduction page. So this is my first ever exploration into gesso and acrylic inks. And this started me down a whole new path with acrylic inks and gesso. So that was really, really fun. I figured I'd experiment with this page and try it because I didn't really care for this page at all. To be honest, I still think it's a really boring page, but it does the job. And I do like the effect that came from it. So we have to make sure I'm not skipping pages. So yeah, I'll try to be quick about this because again, this is a very big book and very full. So this is one page that I've still got to do as well. I think there's about 12 or so pages left to go in this book. Again, it is very close to being done. And every page also has baking paper in it. That one's like a very old one, but still like it. Rainbow mushrooms and rainbow gnomes. Well, yes, I don't have a favourite in this book. It's too hard to choose. Actually, this is one of my buddies with Jess from Colouring Bumblebee. We used to actually do quite a few buddies in this book as well. So, Jess, if you're watching and you wanna buddy again in it, I miss our Kerby buddies. Yeah. So again, another one that I've still got to do. I do love this one. This one I think is pretty cool. I believe this one's a YouTube video because I did a tutorial on painting the background, possibly. Yes, I have done one this year because I did this one, which I did in acrylic paints of all things. And don't ask me why I did a purple and green combo. I did purple and neon green. It was fun though. This is all acrylic paints. I painted the whole thing. Yeah, I'm definitely a colorist who likes to explore different mediums and techniques, and I'm not afraid to try because at the end of the day, like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like here, it didn't work. That's okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but at least I tried something. Not that I remember what I was trying. I do remember this one very much did not go to plan, so I'm looking forward to one day recoloring it actually how I envisioned it at the time, because it's very much not how I envisioned. Yeah, this was a semi-recent one. This one might have been last year. So I know I've done some like sporadically, but been a while. So that's another one I've still got to do. A couple of singles as well, which wouldn't actually take too long. For a long time, this was my least favorite one in the book. It's okay. The reason why it was my least favorite was because of the yellow. If I had chosen a different color, it would have been very harmonious, but because I chose the yellow, it becomes a focal spot. So yeah, Still think it's all right though. It's not the worst thing in the world. It was that choice of the yellow. Yeah, this is another semi-recent one. This one's gonna look atrocious on camera because of the lights, because it looks really waxy and bloomy. But for me, it's a bit more like that, so it's less waxy, more solid black, with the glow effect. It's a really, because there's so many layers of black pencil here, it just always goes so shiny. So yeah, but I do really love how this one turned out. In real life, on camera, looks atrocious. Oh, this one was one of the first ones when I first started. Oh, maybe not when I first started, but when I did start streaming coloring on Twitch. This is one of the like earlier pages, because I actually had the suggestion to do the sunset on the sky, like on the water surface. Yeah, we spent like months doing this one. But I love how it came out. This one is definitely one of those just do a bit at a time pages. Back when I used to just only use one thing like Prismacolor. This one was a lot of fun. I do love this one. Again, it's a little blown out on camera, so it's looking a bit lighter. But yeah, and the whole thing's covered in glitter, so it's also got sparkly night sky vibes. Your classic water and fire dragons. That's the halfway point of the book, by the way. Yeah, I still have not done the Sphinx. I think there's a few more towards the back of the book I haven't done. This one is the reason why these live in the books. I had started colouring this one, and then the background, I tried this new medium on it, and I didn't like how it was looking, so I closed the book, went away, came back, opened the book, and realised that the medium had all stuck together. So because my book is broken, I could slip my hand in this way and kind of force the pages apart, but it ripped, became a whole thing. And so I used scrapbooking techniques on here. So I laid on different papers and paints and splatter and little cutouts, and I love this page now. I think this is really fun. So yeah, I might do that with a couple of the other pages that I'm not as inspired by, as I might try and use some scrapbooking stuff on them and do something like this again, because this was really fun to layer in. My Manitor, and then we have this bird here. This one's actually quite a pretty one, so you can see I've got a lot of work done in Mythamorphia. Like, it is not too much more to finish off. Yeah, so now I think we're starting to get towards the little run of pages that aren't done. There's this whole stretch here where I just haven't done any. Yeah. It looks so shiny on camera. It is quite shiny in real life too. It's very splattery. I love splattering stuff on things, I've realised. I love splatter effects, so do that a lot. Whoops. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, this is another one that I did semi recently. I was doing a bunch with Cindy of Mindful Griff as well there, before Dark Fairy Tales came out. We were working to try and get a bit more done in our Mythamorphias before Dark Fairy Tales came out, so there was definitely a bit of a run there. I love the glowing green mushrooms of this one. The rest of it I would do differently now, but at the time, and also the glowing green mushrooms just make it really, really fun. I think there's a cockatrice from memory. Yeah. So I've got a few, it's all very similar, where it's just like a big mythical creature like this and some sand and clouds around it. I just don't have any ideas that feel like particularly original there. They don't have to be original, I just haven't been inspired by these ones. I'm definitely at the point now where a lot of what's left is not particularly inspiring for me, so it's why it does get quite hard to come into the book sometimes, because I need to figure out an idea or inspiration, or just find something to motivate me to work on these remaining pages, because yeah, I might just need to do some research and look at other people's and just not copy, but you know, you get very inspired looking at things. Or the flip side of that, look up the mythical creatures and look at other illustrations and ways that these creatures have been illustrated. So that might be something that I sit down to do and see if I can draw some inspiration. Even if I pull up some random color palettes, that might work as well. This one, the chains and stuff, hated how they turned out, but I've actually redone this guy in another book because I have all of Kerby's books and I like my redo much better. But again, it's like this book has been a journey, and we've got some very old pages in here, things we've learned along the way. This is one of my first YouTube videos, is me working on this one, as I did a bit of a colouring chat and talked about me and introduced me to the channel. Ooh, one of my favourites of the book. This is when I really started playing around with the acrylic inks. Love how that works. So that's gesso and Liquitex acrylic inks and nothing else. Yeah, this book really made me realize I also like painting in these books. So, and then the last one is the Rainbow Dragon, which is slightly curled in the corner. Oops, that's not good. Yeah, Rainbow Dragon with the background that again didn't work to plan, but it's okay. I like the white with the colourful, but then the glitter was a little bit more greyish than white than intended. But yeah, then we get to the back and I don't count those. These bits at the back I'm not going to worry about. I don't even think I'm going to worry about this part. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to colour these parts. As you can see, I've used alcohol markers on this half of this Rainbow Dragon. That side's water-based markers. This one's alcohol markers. So yeah. And again, this is just leaves and a repeat of that one at the front. So I don't know if I'll count that. And then we have all the... So I don't think I'll count all those. I have done these little guys because that was just fun. And yeah, my falling apart cover, you can see where I tried to tape it in place, and it's got a little sticker over the barcode. But yeah, Mythamorphia. So there's not much left of Mythamorphia, and it's such a special book to me because Kerby's Mythamorphia was one of the first adult colouring books that made me go, oh wow, adult colouring is more than just Joanna Basford. So yeah, this is the one that really made me fall in love with adult colouring. So I would love to get this finished. Plus I would then be able to get it rebound, because I'm not getting it rebound until the book is completed, which means we'll no longer have to deal with this. So yeah, I would love to do that. However, that's not my only Kerby I would love to finish eventually. I also have Alien Worlds, and I am surprised that Alien Worlds is such a high-ranking book for me, but I just think it's brilliant. I know there's a lot of people out there that this isn't their favourite of the Kerbys, and I can understand that. You know, Mythamorphia, Worlds Within Worlds, I often see those two. I see Fragile Worlds a lot, Mythic Worlds, even Dark Fairy Tales, I see that a lot as people's favourites, but I keep coming back to Alien Worlds, and I think the reason why I love Alien Worlds so much is the fact it is alien, so you can do whatever colour scheme you want, and it's quite freeing to just go for it. So once you kind of wrap around the concept of you can do anything and it works because it's alien, it becomes really fun. And then another big part of this is, of course, I am part of the Alien Worlds Data Explorer group that is run by Happy Catastrophe. So that's also inspired me to colour a lot more in this book. So I have got entire planets that have been coloured. So we have the Lost Paradise here. I'll try again not to spend too long. So this one was inspired by the colours of bushfires. This was the starting one. So I really wanted that sort of reds, purples, pinks, browns. And we just worked from there. And then we have the Air Kingdom. Now this one was done before I joined the group and on a hospital stay where all I had was my polychromos pencils and a very thick white gel paint pen. So later on I did come in and add glitter and like the trail of the spaceship and stuff like that. But that's also why it's not quite as vibrant, because it's not based with Inktense, which is something I like to do. I do like to use an Inktense base to get a really vivid colour and then colour over the top with pencils. However, because it's the Air Kingdom, it still works because it's light and airy. Yeah, again, I'll try not to spend too long because this video is already long enough. But I have done a little bit in here. The rest of my books I haven't done as much as these ones, so the rest of them should be a bit quicker. I think that's one of my favourites. And then we've got the Water Kingdom. So the Water Kingdom, I did a page in this very early into getting the book, and before I'd really processed it I could do any colour, and I did a greeny teal. I wish I had done, I've seen someone who's colouring it with pink and it looks so good. I wish I'd done a different colour border, but that's okay. I started with greeny teal. I like my planets to match, so I carried on with the greeny teal. So this one is primarily done with acrylic inks and gesso technique. But because I had a couple pages already done earlier, those ones are done slightly differently. So this one is the only planet where it's not 100% cohesive, but it still works. So then we go under the water, and that's where we change because we've got a Prismacolor and we've got a Polychromos. But this one does also use a little bit of ink for the background. So this one still ties in, but this one being Prismacolor is very different. So I just pretend this one is through the glass of the spaceship, and then this one is actually outside the spaceship. And that's why this one's a bit more smooth, because, you know, it's got that glass. I did think about one day cutting out like making a window layer that I add on top, so it does look legit window. Yeah, and then we're up to the Future Kingdom. So I am actually working on one in here. So I'm working on this one here. So I am going very cyberpunk futuristic vibes with this one. So that's going to be sort of my view of the whole planet. I try to keep each planet cohesive, so this is the Future Planet's vibe. I do love how it's progressing. I just need to get back in here and do some more. But yeah, feeling very pleased with how it's going so far. I do have my plan for the next planet as well, which is the rock one, and then I haven't done any of the lava one. We skip to the Crystal Kingdom. So I have quite an old whip in here of me starting to do the Crystal Kingdom. And then we have the crystals, which this is my favorite kingdom. This was the first one I ever colored in the book. This is when we did the community coloring collab, and that was my page for it, which I love. And so yeah, I've still got 2 more in the Crystal Kingdom to do, so hopefully I can remember what Inktense colors I used here, but I should be able to figure it out. So yeah, that's all that I've done in Alien Worlds. I would love to complete this book. As I said, I've got 2 planets in progress. I've got my plan for the next planet. I do also know what I'm going to be doing for the ice planet as well. So I've got several planets figured out. I think it would be amazing to finish. And then once that's all done, I will go back to the start and do all the starting pages and that. And then, yeah. But I love Alien Worlds. I'm really grateful for the group too, because that definitely pushed my love for this book. But yeah, wonderful book. So those are the 2 Kerbys, and then I also did grab a mythographic. Now mythographic's a bit hard to choose one because there's quite a few I love, and it's a hard choice. There's I did think about Aquatic and Deep Blue as well, because I do love colouring water and sea creatures. But then I realised the one that I gravitate to the most in terms of just flicking through is Very Wonderland by Fabiana Ardenasio, who is definitely my favourite of the mythographic illustrators. And yeah, this one here, this Very Wonderland, is just the illustrations. I think they're just absolutely stunning. And it helps that my two favorite mythographic coloring pages that I've ever done are in here as well. So we have the white fox one, which again, this was another buddy colour with Jess from Colouring Bumblebee. And then we have this one here of this little rock friend. So yeah, I freaking love this book. I think it's so beautiful. I just saw jellyfish. Whoops, hit my mic. Yeah. Oh, I might need to do that one now. That's pretty. But it's absolutely stunning. So if there was a mythographic, it would be Fairy Wonderland. So yeah, it's, again, I've only done 2 in here, so we've got a while to go. The rest of these books I haven't done much in, so we'll be much quicker. Speaking of not doing much, Friendly Little Squirrels and the Residents of Antique Town. It's very hard to pick one from the Tolkien series, and yeah, they're really gorgeous. And I've just seen a flip through of the newest one as well, which I need to get my hands on because, whoo, that's cute. Yeah, it is a hard choice, and it's interesting that I would choose Friendly Little Squirrels because it's a vintage palette that I've set up. This is not my usual vibe, but I just think the illustrations in here are just absolutely gorgeous. It's the whip that I've got in here. I love the story. I love how many scenes there are. There are quite a few of these sort of things, which aren't my favorite, but they usually go hand in hand with a really cute page. So yeah, I do see coloring this whole book. I do have this big double page spread that is technically a buddy with the wonderful Lisbeth, which I will eventually get back to and finish, and I do have a bit of a plan in place. But for me, I do want to try and keep that sort of vintagey feel that I got from my little character layout. And that's a really interesting color palette for me to work through, and that's a challenge. So, but yeah, looking at this whole book, I can see the town, I can see the vision, and I do definitely want to do it. And I'm just working with Inktense in this book too, which this paper and Inktense is just, oh, dream. So yeah, I do really love this, and I need to get back to that one and do some more on it. But I would love to finish Friendly Little Squirrels and the Residents of Antique Town by Mona. And then I also have Romantic Country, the second tale by Eerie. Oh, again, it was very hard to choose a romantic country or an Eerie book in general because I don't know if I've got all of them, but I've got a lot of them now. And I do have a couple that are untouched, so I need to work on them too. But yeah, the second tale was the first Eerie book that I got, and I think because of that it's quite special to me because it is quite it is the book that I got first. The Lavinia, the newest one that's slightly smaller, that is a very close second contender, and honestly I could swap the two out very easily. I think the illustrations in the newest one are also a lot more my cup of tea because they're a lot more detailed and it's stunning. But I like this format with the bigger book, even though it's more room to colour. And there's so many illustrations in here that just I absolutely adore and want to colour. So yeah. So I have done a couple in here, again, not a lot. So I have this one here, Menon's Flowers. This is where I used an Inktense base, but I used alcohol markers to actually activate it. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of bleed through, so I probably wouldn't do that again, but I've got an idea for the background to fix that, so I'm not too worried. Then I believe it's Prismacolor on top. I end up using a lot of Prismacolor in these books because I don't know, they just feel very Prismacolor-y. And then we have the Christmas page where I wanted to do a very non-traditional Christmas palette. So pink, purple and blue, which I love how this turned out. All the yellow has actually got like a gold tint to it, so it's got a bit of iridescence. I also used Extreme Gloss. You can see the windows have like a glossy finish on it, and all stained glass does, and then the snow down here has like a metallic pearlized finish too, which I added in. The snow wasn't originally there, but I thought a little bit of snow would be quite cute to add in there. So we got sort of like white, pink, purple, blue Christmas theme, which yeah, I really love this one. And it's going to be a bit of a thing colouring on the back of this with, you know, the window there, but I'll figure it out. I wanted the effect, so we're going to do it. And I do love how the stained glass and the windows turned out. So yeah, I haven't done a lot in here, but I would love to do some more. And just in any Airy book, I feel like think next year I might focus a little bit on Airy and try and do a bit more Airy illustrations, because they just make me very, very happy, her books. Speaking of also making me very, very happy, we have Critical Role, the Mighty 9 colouring book. So yeah, I don't think this one is a book that's on many people's radar. I have done a couple in here again, and I would love to do a lot more. Again, illustrations are gorgeous. But yeah, the Mighty 9, which is series 2 from Critical Role. They're currently on series 4. This is a series that I found a Critical Role in, but this also has a lot of personal meaning for me. So there's a lot of personal reasons that I would love to do more work in here. And yeah, I also just happen to really love the illustrations in this book. It is an absolutely stunning book. The cartoon version, so if you have Amazon Prime Video, there is a animated cartoon of their first season, so The Legends of Vox Machina. The Legend of the Mighty 9, or the Mighty 9 series, is coming out soon as well. They are working on that, so I'll be looking forward to seeing that as well, which will probably get me back in here. But so far I have done 2 in here. I have this one of Caduceus clay. This has all been done with water soluble markers and a little bit of paint pen, but yeah, water soluble markers. And then I also have done one more, and this was a buddy colour with the beautiful Elm Colours. Who's also a critter. Their daughter, or their child, picked the page, I believe. This is another one where you get shine reflect, because so many pencil layers, but yeah, I had so much fun coloring this one and working with the blueberry cupcake. It's such an iconic scene, so yeah, I do really love how this one turned out, even though pencil wax. Yeah, single-sided, wonderful illustrations, and I definitely want to do some more in here, and I'll probably end up rewatching the Mighty 9 again while doing it, because it's so fun. So yeah, and now I have 2 more, and both of these are along a similar vein in that they're cat books. So I'll start with Leon's Journey by Kanoko Igusa. Oh, so gorgeous. So you can see I need to trim this little protection sheet. If you go and watch Jess's video, you also see that this one is on Jess's video as well, which is what inspired me to start making this video, because it's like, yes, I would also want to complete that one, but also message Jess. So I believe it's this one that we're looking at doing next month, which will be fantastic. But for me, I've coloured 2 in here, and they are the introduction page and the page next to the introduction page. And somewhere in here should be my colour chart. That's okay. I've got a feeling I know where it is. But yeah, this is Shadow's Journey. What I am nicknaming Shadow's Journey. So Leon has been coloured as if it was Shadow, which is my black cat, or technically my mum's black cat that I've kind of adopted, because yeah, she's not meant to have cats. And so I now have kind of trained him to come and like sleep in my room and cuddle up to me if he wants cuddles so that he's not irritating mum. Yeah, whole thing. But anyway, so this is what we are nicknaming Shadow's journey, and we are colouring Leon as if it is Shadow with his tiny little white spot. And then you can see we've got our little friends all based in here as well. And then I also did this one here. I love how this turned out so much. So I used Inktense or Neocolor 2s, one of them in the background, but then I used paint pens and I kind of stippled and used my finger to lift up and create different transparencies of the paint pens, and it's such a cool bokeh effect. Like, it worked really well. So yeah, I love how this one turned out, and I definitely want to show this book a lot more love next year and get a lot more done in here. I also really love this one, and I've got an idea of how I'd colour this one too. So yeah, I think this is definitely Kanoko Agus's best work so far. It's a gorgeous story, and it's just a lovely book, and I'm really excited to show it a lot more love, get a lot more in there, and yeah. So Leon's journey. And then the final one that I have is Naoko Neko, Story of Precious Cats. This book is, when I first got this book, this was a book that I flipped and I went, I can see every single page in here coloured. Like, I knew how I would colour most of the pages. I could see, and it was just like, yeah, this book is definitely a book to complete. And so because of that, I also run a Instagram group for this book for Naoko Neko, and we every 2 months choose a page and slowly work on it over 2 months. And yeah, the group comes up with some gorgeous ideas. And we haven't done too many as a group, so you know, you can jump in. So most people start off with this page as well and figure out their colour palettes, which is exactly what I've done, and I have them all recorded down here. That's an extra one that I had for something else, but eventually I'll go in here and add gold to all the frames as well. But this is my colour palette. This is another storybook that follows these characters throughout the seasons, and is just stunning. So this one is one of my favourites in the book. It's, oh, the pastel. Love the pastel. So that was one of my most recent finish offs. And then this is one that the group chose that I need to still go back and complete. So that just lives there to remind me. And we also have this one here with them in the treehouse. One of my favourite spreads in the group, which is where I started the group, was the pirate spread, because I love this spread. So fun. The double page spreads in here are just stunning. Huh, wonder where you came from. That's okay, we'll put you in here. So this is the current double for the month. Words. I try to make it so that if we're doing a double page spread, it's for 3 months instead of 2 months. However, I did put to the group this as a Halloween option because multiple people mentioned that they really wanted to colour this page. It's like, it's a double, we only have the 2 months, but... And a lot of the group were like, yeah, no, I want to do the double. And so many of the groups double, like, this page is stunning. I really do want to get this one finished so that it's finished, but also I want to show everyone's pages off and completed pages, because so many stunning pages this month for this one. Yes. Very excited. So yeah, I've just done Inktense basing at the moment. I haven't finished the basing, as you can see. I still got to do the kitties and finish off house. And then I think the only other one that I've done is this Christmas one, which wasn't part of the group. It was one I had done before I created the group, but I do love my Rainbow Candy Village. I think this one is so cute as well. So obviously it's meant to be a gingerbread Christmas village, but I did it Rainbow Candy. It's more fun. And then yeah, that's it. Just some tests at the back of mediums, and yeah. So yeah, I can see every single page in this book coloured, and I will continue to run my little group. Not that it needs running per se. It's pretty chill. It's just like, hey, thinking of these ones this month. What's everyone keen for? Or, hey, I can't access my book at the moment for reasons. Who wants to suggest a page? But it's a wonderful group, and I love, love, love seeing everyone's pages from it. So, yeah, those are the 10 books that I would love to complete sometime. Hopefully, we'll complete at least a couple of them soon. And if not, well, that's okay. There's no rush. But yeah, eventually, would love to complete these books. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you if you have a book that you would love to complete. Is there a page in mind that you're like, I've always wanted to do that page. Let's buddy on it, because I am open to taking on buddies. May not be straight away, but I can see doing some buddies to help get through some of these pages. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well out there. Life is still crazy busy for me, but it was nice to have an opportunity to sit down and record this. I'm now going to go and edit and get it sorted for uploading, and hope that all my technology stuff worked. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. All the aroha to you all. Bye!